disable this one. Sorry.
Why not?
I don't know. It never turned on. Sorry, on Facebook and YouTube.
So,
That was not good.
no, it's not good at all. It's okay. We wouldn't know. That's the problem.
Yeah,
and I can't double check because I don't have my laptop. My laptop
you
actually.
guys hear us now?
My laptop shit the bed. Totally shit the bed.
You think we'd be like good at this podcast?
No, but it would.
By
But
now?
it's you're.
I know I have like 5 screens open. So
yeah, mic was off, and I can't double check your work. So what I was just saying is we're booked for morning trains up until October. But if you want to work with us, you can still do an owner shadow, which is 5 days. And don't tell me you wish you can do it. Just do it. Wishes don't come true, goals do. But you can get in your car, drive down here. We have an owner shadow that started today. We have 2 more spots before June 2nd. And then we're done. But you can come down here with your dog and change your life dramatically. Dramatically. Like, why wouldn't you want to? Anyway, if you want to do a boarding train, October 10th is the next opening. You can reach out to us for that. But we specialize in behavior mod. Your dog will be changed. You will be changed. Intensive training of you, intensive training of your dog. We put social proof up constantly. Again, today, more social proof, stories and videos. Stories are great because they're unedited. You're just showing like what you're doing right at the moment. We also have a great opportunity. This is actually really important. We do something called a trainer shadow. You spend 5 days with us. The month of May, I have some incredibly challenging dogs that I'm working with. Incredibly challenging dogs. This is not for beginning dog trainers. It's specifically for dog trainers that are already in business, you're already practicing, and you want to excel your behavior mod skills. You want to learn how to work with difficult cases. Aggression, human aggression, dog aggression, resource guarding. I've got 4 spots the month of May, 5 days each spot. Also, you're going to learn about social media, massive personal growth, working with clients. Not a lot of basic obedience. That's going to be done with. You're going to learn about proofing obedience. So you concentrate on public access, behavior mod. It's ideal. It's hands-on from day 1, minute 1. Starts Monday at 9 a.m. By 9:01, you have a dog leash in your hand working with the dog. And you don't stop until 5 o'clock Friday.
I don't think you can blame Wes for farts. That's tax.
No, it is. So ask your questions. How to stop unwanted behaviors. Working on the dog's state of mind. We're different than most dog trainers that you see online is we actually work dogs. I've been doing this for over 2 decades. This is actually our 1,200 podcasts we've done.
That's a lot of podcasts.
And I got a radio show before that. It's the longest running dog training podcast still in existence right now. So what do we have for questions? Ask your questions.
Powell Pet Service said, hey guys.
Hello, how are you?
Hey.
Good evening.
Sid, hey Nikki.
Hey Sid, hope you're doing well.
Paper Garden says, my 1-year-old GSD picks on my older GSD. I'm on it all the time, but he continues, even have used an e-collar. Help.
Okay. Even you, what have you done with an e-collar? Like, what have you done? So you have to understand that we have a very specific training protocol for everything. Training everything and stopping everything. So I can show you in 3 easy steps how to stop your dog from picking on your other dog. What's happening? When you say you use an e-collar, what does that mean? What does that mean? What did you do with the e-collar? So your dog is picking on your other dog. What did you do with the e-collar? Just write it in there. But we can stop it. We can make it so your younger dog or any dog doesn't pick on like your older dog anymore. So this dog doesn't pick on your other Because, okay, stop what you're doing right now. Okay. What is going on with this?
It's because of this wire.
It's because this phone
My
is
phone
trying
wants to take over.
wants to take over this computer. That is why. That is why.
Can you guys hear us now?
That is why.
That's so annoying.
Yep.
So, I don't know.
We have to keep an eye on that.
Yeah, I know.
You have to keep an eye on that. But also stop touching this cord. For some weird reason, it's sensitive tonight. Okay. So dog came in today for an owner shadow. We have 2 dogs for an owner shadow today, right? And they have to sedate the dog to have its nails cut. $400. Sedate the dog. Knock the dog out to have its nails cut. The nails were very, very, very long. What did we do? We cut the dog's nails in front of the owners. We showed them how to do it. We didn't want. First thing we did. And the dog, you know what the dog did? It stood there. It didn't move the whole time. We showed the owners how to do it. The dog got one correction and then just stood there. Same thing.
Let's see. Miss Miriam says, "Hi, glad to be here. What would you recommend I do with another dog that is off leash and runs towards my dog who's very reactive?"
Couple of things. You kick the other dog. Always be ready to boot the dog. Okay? Now, whether the dog is reactive or not, relevant. Any off-leash dog that runs at you when you're in a leash area, if you're obviously in an off-leash park, don't be there. But if you're in a leash area, your neighborhood, walking path somewhere in a park, hiking trails, be careful because it's unwritten rule. A lot of people aren't have their dog off leash. But if the dog is coming at you, you have to boot the dog. You have to leave that screen open so I can see if the microphone is disconnected.
I know it's hard though.
Oh, I see.
See what
Got it. I see what you're doing. That's what you do. Now, how do you train your dog to not be reactive? We have a course called Come On Command. We got a lot of protocols for that. So we're leash reactivity specialists. We will usually need a day or 2. So we've got a course called Come On Command. I would highly encourage you to join our online community. So Joel will have a link for that. Our online community comes with all the courses you need to have an off-leash trained dog. It comes with coaching, 26 live video coaching sessions a year with me in an online forum to post videos and ask questions for under $500 a year. That is 1 hour time one-on-one. Incredible. And if you don't have $497 to spend on this, you're going to struggle. You're going to struggle because good dog training is not cheap. Next.
The paper garden, okay, said started with beeping and it progressed to stim. Okay. He is relentless. I've also used a bonker. He's very quick.
Okay. Stop using beep to stop using beep and vibrate on your e-collars, guys. Stop. So what you're going to do is we have a video called the out command. Okay. What you're going to be doing is making it suck for your dog to go after your other dog. That's what you're going to do. So you're going to teach the out command. Got it? We have a video on that, start to finish. But what you can also do is put your dog on a leash, the one that's going after it. Let them be playing. If the dog or whatever, set the dog up to go after your other dog. As soon as that dog starts doing what it does a little bit beforehand, dominant posturing, right? With its body growling, no, correct the dog. What level? Enough for your dog to go, holy shit, that sucked, and runs away from the dog. Now that's part of it, but that's going to be the theory. I would encourage you to get into one of our coaching programs, but stop with the beeping. Stop with the beeping. Stop with vibrate. I'm not yelling at you. I'm sick and tired of trainers and the social media trying to give this information to owners under the guise of being nice, the nice shock collar trainers. No, you make it suck. We deal with we deal with, right now, I've got Dale and Nala, 2 dogs in our boarding training program that go after dogs. Nala, you will see, run with pets every day. Nala, you will see around every dog at our facility. She actually attacks dogs. Dale goes after dogs, jumps out of cars to attack dogs, breaks through doors to attack dogs, climbs under fences to attack dogs. We showed in our community live, it was a live training, how we stopped it. And now you'll see Dale playing with dogs. Social proof. We're showing our work. How do we do it? We made it suck for dogs to even think about attacking your dog. Yep. We lit the dogs up. Oh my gosh, it's going to make it worse. Never has happened in my world. I've been doing this for 2 decades, thousands of dogs. I've been doing the exact same protocol. It won't make it worse when you know what you're doing. There's a skill set to it. There's an art to it. Absolutely. There's timing. Absolutely. But we do it all the time. We get every dog to be able to exist with other dogs. That's our minimum standard. Now, if every dog stops getting into dog fights, no, they don't. On our watch, they do. For long term, no, not every dog. Absolutely not. The majority of dogs, yep, 90+%. 50% end up being like bomb-proof and start playing with dogs. But in the house, absolutely, with housemates, hardest thing to do, but you can absolutely stop it. Stop with beep. So what you need is a program. You need a step-by-step program how to stop it. We can offer you that. Next.
Nikita says, I live in Amsterdam where e-collars and collars are banned. Any other ways to stop my dog from reacting to dogs off leash?
Yes.
Sometimes she plays good, but randomly will run up to dogs on leash.
Why is your off-leash dog running up to dogs? You have a leash. You have an ownership problem.
Well, you're saying she can't stop it with an e-collar.
No. Why is her dog off leash? Your dog is running up to leash dogs. Did you read that right? Or is it the opposite?
Sometimes they will play good, but randomly will run up to dogs that are on leash.
Yeah. So your dog should not be running up to. Don't say don't allow. Do allow. Yep. And now the camera's on.
Oh, God.
Sorry, guys. We only have one laptop. That's what's the problem.
What a shit show it is tonight.
Yep. We have one laptop. Now you got to go in and you got to. Yep. Mm-hmm. So your dog shouldn't be off leash. If your dog goes after other dogs, it shouldn't be off leash. But we have a course on how to stop that. Yes. You don't need a shock collar. You don't need a phone collar. But your dog shouldn't be off leash if it's going up to leash dogs. That means it also doesn't have good recall.
It's in an off leash.
Why does somebody have a leash dog? But I don't understand. Why is your dog in an off leash park if it's not good with dogs?
It is, though.
Then why is she asking the question?
Because she wants to stop it from running up to other dogs, but it plays.
But that's what off-leash parks are for.
It sounds like the dog just doesn't have recall.
I don't understand, though. It's an off-leash park, though. Is it an off-leash park or not an off-leash park?
It's an off-leash park, but obviously some people walk their dogs on a leash in the park.
So you need recall then.
Yes. But you can't use e-collars.
That's fine. You can teach recall. You can teach recall without an e-collar.
Until your dog decides to blow you off because running up to dogs is more fun.
Yeah, but you can, even though it's illegal in your country, you can still do it. But for all the, where's she in? Sweden?
Yeah.
Amsterdam? The Netherlands? So that's not Sweden, so it's the Netherlands. So with all these.
I thought she said Sweden. And then I looked back and it's Amsterdam.
So she moved over. In the last 30 seconds, she moved. With all these trainers out there, that they should be able to teach off-leash recall, right? All these countries that ban tools should have a plethora of trainers that can teach off-leash recall. Next.
Let's see. Facebook. Everyone's talking in riddles on Facebook right now. Just like little slogans. London dog trainers, timing and repetition. Yep, great advice. Miss Miriam, I'm following Green Graduate and we're practicing here on a long line. He charges at me when called and jumps up on me and sometimes growls. How can I fix it?
That's a big problem. We have a video on how to stop jumping. You have a relationship issue with your dog. How dare your dog jump up on you?
Yeah.
Why does your dog feel it could jump up on you? So I would set that up as a separate.
Oh my gosh. I'm just going to go to this camera. I can't tonight. I don't have the patience. Sorry, guys.
Unplug it.
I don't know what's going on. I'm gonna unplug it.
You know, let's unplug the mic too. Unplug everything.
And just what? Go to the laptop?
Yep. Unplug everything, please. Unplug.
Okay.
Good. Okay.
I've had it with technology.
So, what was the question?
Growls at her.
Oh, growls. So, you need to set up your protocol of teaching your dog to never jump on you. So, we've got a video on YouTube. It's free. How to stop jumping. Start with that.
I think he's too excited or aroused.
He is.
Yeah.
He is. Because you'll learn that recall is supposed to be fun. Now, for some dogs, that's fine. For your dog, it has to be more of a methodical protocol.
Yeah, you almost need to like make it more boring.
More boring.
If he's getting all jacked up
Right.
like that.
Right. So, but first go to YouTube, how to stop jumping on our channel. And teach your dog how to stop jumping on you. But for a dog, your personal dog to be jumping up on you, you have got a relationship issue. That has to be, your dog should never, ever, ever think he can jump on you. And then growling at you. So you need to stop that first. So stop that first. And then you also have to start doing more permission-based everything. If you're in our community, please attend the coaching calls on Sundays. Next.
Matt says, have to run and take care of dogs. Keep hammering.
Oh, hey, Matt. How are you? Hey, Matt. I've known Matt for a long, long time. Hope you're doing well, Matt. Matt, it was funny. Matt was at a crossroads in his life. He was going to buy a piece of property. And he didn't know what to do. And I told him to buy it, and I think he did. That's how long I know Matt. For all the people that know Matt, that's how far back we go. Long, probably 10 years, 12 years ago, maybe. What do we got next?
Let's see. In Amsterdam, there's no gates, and there's a fine of 1,000.
Okay.
No gates, as in.
Well, there's no gates in kennels. You're not in kennels, in dog parks and parks.
Oh, like in the parks.
Okay. Don't have your dog off leash until you get control of the situation. Mm-hmm. Train your dog off leash recall. We've got a video on how to do that. But you should have a bevy of dog trainers locally. If you live in a country that bans certain tools, you should have access to a skill set of trainers with a skill set to train a basic command like recall. We train it with an e-collar. So you should have, if e-collars are banned, there should be tons of trainers that can train recall without one. We can train one without one, but we can train them better with one. So you should talk to those trainers. All the people from Amsterdam that say negative shit about us, go to them. They should be able to help you. Next.
Jeannie said, I love the progress that Dale has made. Wow.
Yeah, Dale's made incredible progress. Incredible progress.
Yeah.
Proof is next.
Someone corrected that. Crazy.
I know. Julie.
Actually, what is it? The proof of the pudding is in the eating.
Oh, well, it's okay.
Miss Miriam said he doesn't jump up on me in the house, only outside.
That's because he's over aroused. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. He jumps up on you. He's not allowed to. Stop it. It's rude. Now, you could always train it to be a command, but for now, eliminate all jumping on you and anybody else. It's the rudest thing a dog can do. It's worse than biting. It really is. Dogs jumping is so rude, but it can be stopped in one session. In other words, if I met your dog and it tried to jump on me, it would never do it again.
Just put your knee out. If he's charging at you like that, just put your knee out.
You can do that.
It's like you don't do
put
that.
Your foot out, your knee out. But you can. But I'd rather you also train a protocol that the dog never does. But start with that. Yes. Next.
K Jumper, we've been training using your methods for years with great results. But we have a dog that we have worked in patience training, and we are failing at it.
I don't know what patience training is. What's patience training?
I don't know.
We've got a system to train dogs. So why? There's a whole system to train dogs. I don't know what patience training is. Just train a dog like in a graduate program. step-by-step videos. So a lot of people think they know training, or they watch our free stuff, but they don't get the courses. So get the course. I don't know what patience training is. Whatever it is, it's not working for you, so stop doing it. But it's not hard to train dogs. And you can train dogs with the right information. Next.
Kim said, I'm still waiting on the shoestring leash. LOL. You always say you can walk it off the shoestring.
I've shown it many. A tiny slip lead. There's a lot of videos out there with me with slip leads. Or one better, just off leash. Off leash heel is more impressive than a shoestring. Joel put up a video today of a dog walking next to me off leash. But if you want me to get a shoestring, I guess I'd have to find a shoestring that I want to sacrifice to turn into a leash. But I'll do it. I'll get an old pair of shoes somewhere. I'll do it tomorrow. Sure. I can do it with every dog we have in our boarding training program right now. Next.
Doll cat, my Chihuahua has heart disease. Important that she stops barking at every single dog he meets during our walks. Instead, he goes on a barking storm and ends up stressing his heart.
Right. So it's got nothing to do with heart disease. It's annoying. How do you stop your dog from barking? Correct it. That's how you do it. You say no and then apply a punisher. No is your marker word, and then a punisher is what stops unwanted behaviors. So what do? You can do a little e-collar. You can get yourself a micro educator. You can get yourself a leash and just give the dog a leash pop. You can do your finger and just poke him in the side. You can get, does he bark inside the house? If he barks inside the house, you can say no and bonk him. That's one session. Stopping your dog from barking is one session protocol for almost any decent dog trainer. They can stop. So if you came to us, we're in Florida, in person, we would stop it within the first 5 minutes of you being here. Guaranteed, by the way. I mean, it's really easy to do. It's simple to do. So you don't make the dog sit, you don't make the dog look at you, you don't make the dog like spin around, you don't go, like, look at this little thing, look at this tree. No, you say no, you correct the dog. It's applying a punisher. How do I get my dog to stop? Once you say, how do I get my dog to stop something, that's where applying a punisher comes in. That's how you stop things. Next.
Kim said it was a joke. He said he can train. We know it's a joke, Kim. Mm-hmm. We know it's you.
Mm-hmm.
She said she knows you can.
Yeah, but I've done it though, Kim. Slip leads or shoestrings. It's no different. It's no different. I can do it in a fishing line. I can walk the dog with a leash in my mouth. I'd have to get a new leash because our leashes are pretty gross, but a leash in my mouth and it won't pull out my teeth. It's easy to walk dogs. Come on now. Angela walks all the dogs. Next.
Remember when we made that spoof video? It was like, now do it with, and you were like, you had like a spoon in your mouth balancing an egg, and you were like baking a cake.
You want to do something really impressive?
And you did it in your underpants.
Can you do something really impressive? Lola's owner, just with us, she's healing her dog, holding the leash with a cup of hot coffee in a mug with no lid in her leash hand. Because, you know,
probably a baby
can you do this one with this hand? That's easy because your leash is in this hand. She can do it in this hand. That's the norm with us. Yeah.
Oh, good girl.
Great girl, yeah.
Hey, Jumper said, sorry, the text failed before I can finish. We use your methods for years now. I understand everything you're saying.
I'm just worried when people say they use my method, because what does that mean? But you can just, if you used all my methods, you wouldn't be strong. I know that sounds snarky, and I'm not trying to be combative with you. I still don't know what this patience thing is, though.
Yeah, and if it's not working, then
go back
to what works, right?
Yeah, stop doing it. Stop doing it. Who convinced you to try something new? I don't understand. I've lost.
Kim said a strand of your hair.
Sure.
Keegan, I would love to do your board and train, but I live in Toronto. Do you work with any partners further north?
No.
What are our options?
No, I don't. Because nobody can do what I do. That sounds egotistical. But I don't. Because if you want the results that we get, it has to be with us. I know it sounds a little bit crazy, but it has to be with us. So your options are plenty. We have something called 60-day fast track, where you get me twice a week and Joelle, you get the two of us. twice a week, live by Zoom, Wednesdays and Saturday nights, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You get all of our courses that will get you to a fully off-leash trained dog. You get an online forum. You can ask questions, videos. In fact, we want you to give you homework. You can also drive down here with your dog. It's not unheard of to do.
We've got lots of dogs from Canada.
Yep, it's not unheard of to get in your car. Yep,
Michigan.
It'll take you 4 days to get here, 4 days to get back. I understand that. And then you spend 5 days with us. And you do a 5-day shadow program. Those are options. You could also do a boarding train. There's transport companies. So we have somebody that can go with your dog and bring it here. But I don't have partners. No, I don't associate with any other dog trainer. Because if people want the results that we are getting, it has to be with us. There's too many variables out there, guys. There's too many variables. That's why when people say, I train like, no, you don't. You don't. That's like a pianist saying, I play like Mozart. No, you don't. I play like Eddie Van Halen. No, you don't. I sing like, no, you don't. Only that artist can do what that artist does. We're an artist. This happens to be dog training. It sounds cocky as hell. I get it. But with all the freaking sham companies out there. Next.
That's all right.
That's all we got.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah. Going on rampages tonight.
Yeah, not really. Let's see.
Clever Canine said you can copy the recipe, but the sauce will taste the same.
Yeah.
Exactly.
It's so important, guys. I can't stress it enough. I cannot stress it enough. This industry is filled with nonsense. Misinformation, nonsense, unethical business practices, unethical dog practices. But remotely, you can get great results from us. Great results from us remotely. Anywhere in the world. And it's not about the tools. So if you're in a country that doesn't use tools, that's fine. Do you know that most dogs that we work with here, we're working with slip leads? Just to let everybody know. Most of the dogs in our boarding train program, we work with slip leads. And we rarely are using it. I just want everybody to know that. But big deal. I have a massive skill set. Skill set. Please understand, I've done this for over 2 decades, over 10,000 dogs. But we teach every dog, though, what a knee collar is, what spatial pressure is, what leash pressure is, what a bonker is, how to do a command, how to stop a command. Every dog knows no. Once you teach a dog no effectively, the sky's the limit. Good example, Maddie. Maddie is with us for 2 weeks. I do 2-week boarding trains just for simple leash stuff. Simple leash stuff. Maddie came to me nervous, fearful, anxious, skittish 2 weeks ago. We're doing things now. If I say no, she immediately stops doing it and moves towards me. And I didn't tell her how to do that, but she knows what no means so effectively. When you teach a dog no, and you just say no, they stop what they're doing. They immediately stop what they're doing. So Maddie, I don't know, this morning at the cafe, which we showed, social proof. She's in a down state, she's licking the ground instead of just with her head down. I said to her, no, that's what she did. Stop licking the ground and just put her head down. I never had to do that before. But she knows no means stop doing that. So I didn't have to redirect her. I didn't have to get her attention. I didn't have to give her another command. I just told her no. And stop doing that. Let's say with Dale. Joel did the same thing with Dale. By the way, Dale and Maddie were both at the cafe today, and we documented it. We document everything, guys. Dale is the one that's massively aggressive towards dogs, but she was focusing on somebody came out of the door, and she was focusing a little bit on that. Joel said, no, guess what the dog did? Stop looking at them and put his head down. She didn't say, lay down. She didn't say settle. She didn't have to read it. Like, no. Stop constantly scanning. You don't need to do that. Because that leads to her other issues. Mm-hmm. But Joel never had to tell her that in that context before. It doesn't matter. The dog understands what it is. Next.
Terry said, highly recommend training with Jeff and Joel in person. It's really worth it. My dog has made great progress since doing the 5-day shadow. Awesome.
Congratulations.
Proud of you, Terry.
And Terry made huge progress.
Yes.
And just keep in mind, the owner training was fantastic. You know, we have a program. We also have a program that after a boarding train, you can do a 5-day shadow before you take your dog home. Imagine that. You send your dog to us for a boarding train. You come in at the halfway point for a 2 to 3 hour session, and at the end, you can stay with us for 3 to 5 days. Get training with your dog each day.
I feel like you're gonna literally smack me. Calm it down. Bring it down a notch.
Imagine that, 3 to 5 days. It's a win-win for everybody. If you have a really difficult dog, a really challenging dog, a dangerous dog, we have a great transport company that can handle your dog. Mm-hmm. She works with biting dogs too. And she's not afraid of them. So she can get your dog in her van, transport it down, make sure it goes out for potty, get it down here. So we just got her a job today. We just got her another job today with a dog from New York that's coming down. It has spaniel reach. It doesn't. I told the owner that's bullshit. But she's been told by everybody. Next.
Jeannie said, how long till you're off to Greece?
June 9th.
Counting the days.
Mm-hmm. Was it 58 days, 59 days?
I don't know. It's on my laptop.
It's coming up.
Kim said, steadfast and steady. The message is always the same.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. Miss Miriam, in regards to kicking a dog running off leash towards my dog, he will lunge at that dog. So it's difficult for me to block the other dog. What else can I do? We don't ever go to dog parks.
Okay. So this is going to be hard for you to role play. Just to let you know, you're in a very difficult situation. Because if someone doesn't move that dog out of the way, you or your dog, it's probably going to be a dog fight. What would you like your dog to do? Stand there and both of you just see what happens? I'm being serious. Like, what would you like to happen? When I'm walking Tex, here's a good example. We were in Greece. We have a home in Greece on Naxos Island. It's beautiful there. We rent a unit upstairs if anyone wants to rent it. And an off-leash dog charged at us on our nightly walk. We walk every night, more than just night. Every night we go for a nice walk. Hold hands, a couple of romantic shit. Sunset. Talk about walking on the beach with the sun setting. We do that every night.
What's wrong with you today? I feel like acting wild. You have a hair up your ass? Stop looking at me like that.
So an off-leash dog came running at us, and I started trying to move out of the way. I'm trying to move out of the way with Tex. And eventually I just dropped the leash because the dog wouldn't. I was kicking it. So stop the leash. But do you want me to show you how to, when a dog charges at your leash reactive dog, how your dog should just sit there and wait to see what happens? I'm not being snarky here. How do you want it to look? What do you envision?
She wants him to get behind her so she can walk the other dog.
Bingo. Thank you.
But
awesome.
What she's saying is he lunges too quickly.
Right.
So dogs read intent. They know when a dog is charging.
So you need to take our task control course. We have an online course on that on leash reactive. Start there.
She's in the community, so you have access.
You have access to that. So start there. Next.
You need to get your dog to start taking it way more seriously.
Yes.
That he believes you can advocate for him.
Yes. So our dogs know that we're going to keep them safe. Worst case scenario, though, we just drop the leash. But we don't want Wes to get into a dog fight because he's old now. Yeah. And Tex, he'll hurt a dog, so I don't want him to get in a dog fight. And by the way, our dogs are not dog aggressive, but they'll defend themselves. It's a big difference. It's a big difference. Next.
Svenja, any tips on getting rid of paralyzing fear of squeaky toys? Sits in the corner, not moving, peeing herself. And Green a graduate right now, but once the squeaky toys come along, all her knowledge and obedience goes out the window.
Sure. I don't want to sound like every other dog trainer, but why the fuck do you have squeaky dogs in your house? Meaning, get rid of them. Yeah. They're annoying as hell.
They're so
I can't stand them. I do not want squeaky toys. When I had a training center up in Rhode Island, no squeaky toys. In this house, no squeaky toys. I can't stand squeaky toys. Why do you have squeaky toys? Now, we can still work it. Now, we're still going to work on all your dog's confidence. Absolutely. But get rid of squeaky toys. They're annoying. What's the point of having them? Now, in general, how do we raise your dog's confidence? Yep, our Green Graduate program, more public access, more introduction to environmentals, with training. Absolutely. But squeaky toys are annoying. They're very annoying.
But you do like any other desensitization thing. Dog goes on place, play the sound, whether it's with the toy or on YouTube. And dog can't break place. Yeah.
So if your dog is pissing out of fear, there's other issues that are non-squeaky toy related.
Correct.
Everybody has other issues, guys. Everybody has other issues. It's a big picture stuff. Everything's a big picture. So a good example is this. I'm not sure if Joelle got a video of the two dogs doing the owner shadow at the end of the 2-hour session.
Oh, good. I forgot to post that.
They're both laying there mentally. If either of those dogs didn't like squeaky toys, we could have probably squeaked them for 10 minutes and none of them would have given a shit. It's a bigger picture. You might be talking to your dog too much. You might be trying to make your dog unafraid too much. So we don't have protocols to make your dog less fearful. We have a training program that makes your dog less fearful and more confident.
Kim said, I love that statement. There are other issues. Yes, all the scanning and everything. It's all connected. Terry, Armani has nailed holding it down for hours. Thank God, because that dog wouldn't freaking down at all.
Yep.
I'm like, damn, this dog won't down.
Which is great.
Good job. Julie said, Jeff is fired up tonight.
Yeah, it's normal cadence.
Let's see. Svenja said, it happens even if I'm walking her with other people's squeakies.
Got it. So carry a paintball gun and start blowing squeaky toys out of people's hands.
She needs most likely desensitization where to a lot of stimuli.
Yep. It's not a squeaky toy issue. It's not a squeaky toy issue. All right? You can get your dog over it. So, get yourself a squeaky toy and start counter conditioning it. Put your dog in place, squeeze the dogs in it down, do a squeaky toy.
Don't let her flee to the corner. If she tries to flee,
leash on the dog. Yeah.
Back to place.
Do we have a video on counter conditioning? Something that's going to be similar?
It's in the Fearful Dog course, which I think you also have, Svenja. You've got Green to Graduate Fearful Dog together. Everything in the Fearful Dog course. Do that.
Also, Svenja, are you attending my coaching sessions on Sundays?
I don't think she's in the community. I think she just bought those courses.
Got it.
If I remember correctly. Terry said, I removed the squeaky from the toys. Yes, they're annoying. Yeah. Sorry. I'll let Wes play with it for like one day.
I fucking can't stand it.
And then he usually
not if I'm home.
Annihilates
no
it
way.
Anyway.
Throw it right in the trash.
It is very annoying.
It's annoying. Can't stand it.
Miss Miriam said, thanks, I'll do pain control. Good.
Miss Miriam, are you in the community?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Yes. Miss Miriam, are you attending my Sunday training? Because we can help you dramatically. Dramatically.
Ask questions in the chat. Like, that's what the community is for.
Yes.
It's not just courses. Ask questions.
Yeah, ask questions.
That's it.
I'm excited about, again, if you're just coming on the show, Dog Trainer Shadows the month of May. I got challenging dogs coming in. Not for me, but they're challenging dogs. So intense dogs. Dogs that have no problem putting their mouth on humans, no problem putting their mouth on dogs, a lot of anxiety stuff. So we're doing serious behavior in the month of May. And then we're booking for boarding trains in October 10th. Mastermind coming up in October. Yeah,
Yeah.
owner shadows, 2 more spots before June 2nd. A lot of good things happening. Miss Mary, she asked a question about this show, about the coaching.
Oh, I'm not this. You just did one this past Sunday,
No,
didn't you?
no,
You didn't?
Sunday was yesterday.
Oh yeah.
I didn't do it
Yeah, it'll
yesterday.
be this Sunday. We usually do like 4 p.m. Eastern.
Eastern time, 4 p.m. Eastern time. Yep. Mhm.
Because I started playing around with it, right? Because I want to give everyone a chance to get on, but I feel like if I switch it, then even less people are like able. Because we have people from around the world in there. It's hard to pick one time that like works for everyone. I get it, but 4 seems to be okay for our UK people, okay for our West Coast people.
Yeah, it gets us out to about 7 hours ahead of time. Eastern Standard Time plus 7.
Yeah.
Which is 11 p.m. And maybe push it up a bit late. Yeah.
Some people, I mean, we've had people in Hawaii wake up at 5 a.m. to be on these coaching calls. Like, if it's important.
Yeah, Svenja, if you want to join the community, contact Joelle because she can maybe give you a good yearly price if you're already buying foods from us. You get some upgrades you can get. But the community is a lifesaver for people. Join our online community. $497 a year. I'm not trying to turn this into a sales podcast. But if you're struggling, you don't need to. You just don't need to struggle anymore. People are hiring dog trainers for lots of money. They're just like, let me show you how to follow a food lure.
Oh my God, I know.
Are you serious?
I can't imagine. If that's the first session with your trainer,
following a food lure?
Stop going.
Stop. It's not what you're doing.
You can literally get that through free videos.
That's also, but your family pet dog doesn't need to learn how to follow a food lure.
You don't need to pay a trainer to learn that shit.
Oh my gosh. All that stuff is like, it's incredible. Yeah. No. Just don't need to. All right.
That's all she wrote.
That's it. All right. See everybody.
Sorry for all the technical.
Yeah. My battery just totally died on my laptop, so I took it to the computer store and it got sent away.
Why don't we just use our freaking road mic for this podcast? I'm gonna start doing that.
Okay, use that.
The good ones that we use for courses and shit.
Really?
Yeah, and then we can each just clip it on.
That has it. We can do that here?
I'm pretty sure.
Okay. So set it up.
Let's start doing that.
All right, everybody. Massive love. Everybody take care. I'm going to go eat some dinner.
All right. Love you guys.
Okay, bye-bye.
Bye.
Sure. Where? This thing?